Hello Pilates friends, it's Natalie. I'm going to do some of my mat exercises and I thought what would be more fun than inviting all of you to do them with me. Yes, I am wearing my shamrock pajama pants because I'm home and in quarantine, so here I am. Making your way down onto your mat because that's all you need. We've got no toys, no props. Be ever so gentle as you bring yourself down onto your mat. And I always like to get started with leg circles. Go ahead and just make yourself comfortable. Find your situation on your mat and go ahead and extend one leg up nice and tall. The other leg is going to relax on the mat, and if that is just too tight on those hamstrings, go ahead and bring that knee to the ceiling. Circling this leg around, we are working within a range of motion that works happily for you and your hips, so everyone's circle is going to be different. Now I've got my hands on the mat here now, and I can use them to help me stabilize, but rather than helping you stabilize, if you get rid of them and say, look Ma, no hands, it becomes a little more challenging. That's Claude, he's extremely helpful with exercise. And now reversing the direction of that circle, crossing over the midline, trying to stabilize through the hips, through the pelvis, with or without your cat or dog. More challenging with the cat or dog. And working within a range of motion that feels happy for your body. I always like this series because there's a lot of variations that you can do with it. You can extend that leg up tall and drop it down low. Coming into a long lever with the leg. Taking that into a lateral rotation, also kind of fun for the hip joints. Changing up the rotation on the foot, changes up the rotation of the femur and the hip socket. You can also extend this leg up tall and open out wide to the side, closing it back and resisting it, but pay attention to the hips and the pelvis as you work. Otherwise, you'll end up rocking and rolling a lot in a very un-Elvis kind of way. Adding a little more challenge to this series, extend the leg low over the mat, reaching up, curling up, reaching for that toe and taking it into tiny little baby circles. I always like a grapefruit size, but lately I'm feeling kiwis in the size of that fruit diameter. And then reversing the direction on that circle, taking it around the other way. Be kind to your body. You've got time. Bring that leg in towards the chest. Coming in for a happy stretch. I always love those ankle circles. And now releasing that leg down on the mat. Taking it to the new leg. So resetting yourself if you need to. Starting with your big circles. Opening within a range of motion that works for you with or without the hands. With or without your cat or dog. Small children. Funny relatives, nosy neighbors. Just depends on who you've got around. Times are strange. And now reversing the direction on that circle, take it around the other way. Trying to maintain stable through the hips, through the pelvis. And now getting a little fancy with it, shooting that leg up high, dropping it down into that long lever. One side may feel easier for you than the other. I always like when we switch to the new leg, but that gets old kind of fast. Changing up the rotation on that foot, bringing it into that lateral rotation, see how that feels different for your hip. And now letting that leg float over the mat, curling up head, neck, and shoulders if that feels okay to your neck. And here we are, working with those tiny little kiwi-sized circles. Now I've got my head, neck, and shoulders up here, but this isn't easy for everyone's neck and maybe not happy for your neck. You can always bring something underneath there for a little support. Now your home may not have a yoga block, but maybe like a hard back book. Maybe two of them just stacked up. And reversing the direction on that circle. Now bringing that leg in towards the chest, resting the head, neck, and shoulders down. Bringing that ankle joint into those happy ankle circles. They're my favorite. And reversing the direction on those. This leg is in a great position to start with our single leg stretch. So one leg in tabletop as the other leg extends long, hovering over the mat. Opposite hand to knee, same hand to leg, reaching for the ankle, upper body's lifted, and we are switching out. We're inhaling on one, exhaling on the other. Bringing it in, switching it out. In and switch, and in and switch. You can play with your tempo here. You can speed it up, you can slow it down. Slow is always going to be really miserable. I hate to ruin the surprise. And now bringing both legs into tabletop, curling up head, neck, and shoulders, extending both arms and legs long. We sweep it around, we bring it into home. Exhaling, pushing away, inhale to bring it in. Upper body is going to stay lifted, but if it just doesn't work for your neck, leave the head, neck, and shoulders down. Got to work with the body you've got today, keeping the belly button pulled back towards the spine as you work. Let's do 2 more. 1 more to go. Bringing it all into home base, resting the head, neck, and shoulders down. This is a nice recovery position, so anytime that you need to come there, recover, feel happy, gently rock side to side. Not a great rule of thumb for the grocery store, but at home it's okay. Oh, it's come on again. Moving into our scissor stretch, extend one leg out long, let the other leg come up high towards the ceiling. Grab hold of this tall leg, give it a little pulse, and we'll switch it out for the other leg. Inhaling on one, exhaling on the other. In and switch, in and switch. Let's do 3 more sets. We'll do 2 more sets. 1 more set. And you're letting both of those legs come together for a double straight leg. Upper body is going to lift, gaze is forward, and just resting the head into your fingertips gently, elbows are wide. Exhaling as you drop the legs down and inhaling as you take them up high. Claude's extremely helpful, and maybe you have a critter in your life who's extremely helpful too. He's very supportive of anything I'm doing. Exercise, folding laundry, showering, a lot of activities, super helpful. Let's do 2 more. Bringing those legs in for a hug, gently rocking side to side, adjusting your pajama pants if you need to. And we're going to make our way up gently with a roll-up, a modification for roll-up. I like to extend those legs out long, feet are on either side of the mat, so nice and wide, all 10 toes facing the ceiling. Reaching the arms towards the sky, taking a big inhale, and as you exhale, curling up, head, neck, and shoulders, taking your gaze forward. Melting it all the way back down. Let's do 2 more. Exhale, coming forward, rolling up. Inhaling, dropping back down. How about just 1 more? Bring it all the way back down. Letting those legs come back into home base. I want to take us into our crisscross. I love an oblique twist. I'm a sucker for an oblique twist. So coming back into that single leg in tabletop as the other leg extends. Elbows are wide, gaze is forward. Bringing opposite elbow to knee. Keep the frame around the face wide and beautiful. Take a little pit stop. Let's take it over to the other side. Inhaling it back at center. Exhaling to rotate. Keeping the frame around your face wide and beautiful. Here he comes again. Crossing over, back to home. Crossing over, back to home. Switching out, back into home base. 1 more to go. By 1 more, I meant 1 more set. I sneak those in for you guys too. Coming back into home base. Let's go ahead and leave those legs in tabletop. Reaching the arms towards the ceiling. Taking a big inhale, and as we exhale, coming up into a little modified teaser. Finding your balance. Maybe taking the gaze towards one hand. Now this position isn't going to work comfortably for everyone. So I want to invite you to bring those toes back to the mat. Resting them down ever so gently. Maybe just leaving them at tabletop. Taking your gaze towards the hand that's rotating. Like I said, I'm a sucker for those oblique twists. How about 1 more on this side? We'll come back into home base. Extending those legs out long and forward. Coming into a wide stance, all 10 toes are facing the ceiling. I want to bring us into a spinal stretch, reaching those arms out long. Shoulders are pulled away from the ears. Actively flexing through the feet. Big inhale here, and as you exhale, scooping back, hollowing out through the core like someone took a melon baller to your belly. Inhaling to prepare, exhaling to rise up again. Big inhale at the top, exhale, scooping, reaching out long, lengthening through the spine. Disassociating upper body from lower body here so the rib cage is lifting off the hips. Let's do 1 more, scooping out. Raising all the way back up. Let's squeeze those legs in together. I want to come into a kind of fun spinal twist. Taking it out wide, palms are facing away. Give yourself a big inhale at center. Exhale to twist. Give it a little pulse. and come back to home. Inhale, center, exhale, twisting, pulsing, back into home base. Stay nice and open through the chest, letting your gaze go the direction that you're twisting every time. And again, disassociating upper body from lower body and lifting the rib cage off of the hips. This one always feels nice. And we get to move the spine in all sorts of fun directions in Pilates. Bringing it back into home base. Let's go ahead and scooch tushies to the edge of the mat. One of the fun mat exercises that you can practice just about anywhere, and it's a real good icebreaker in awkward social situations. Not that we're having any of those these days, but when things resume to normal, you might want to roll like a ball with people you know and love. Propping yourself up on your sits bones, either grabbing over the shins or right underneath the thighs for a little more support. Taking an inhale here, and as you exhale, scooping back, rounding through the spine, bringing to the tips of your shoulder blades, and finding your point of balance again. Big inhale at the top, exhale, scooping back, bringing it all the way back up, finding that balance. Scooping back, coming all the way up. I want to thank you folks so much for joining me. Maybe tomorrow we work on some butt stuff.